Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to yet another DMing Hadley game. I'm excited for this session for a number of reasons, the least of which is that I have yet to come down from a multi day petrochemical fueled binge. And so I've had a chance to really get my blood up and the wind through my hair and my beard. There is still an ungodly amount of desert residue and exhaust on me. I'm gonna play Dungeons and Dragons about it. I'm excited. This is Special Ops. Jesus, we're on season 4 of this. Season 4, episode 4. That's pretty cool. We're not quite halfway through this season, y'all. I want to give you a heads up though, because around mid-April, I'm going on the road again. I'm on the road again. I can wait though, for a couple of months before I do it. Yeah, there's in the next few sessions here, we will begin to see the crescendo towards the season finale, and getting to measure things like this is quite a delight. Um, but I think if you're watching this, then I hope you know what time it is. It's time for the round robin. Now, during the round robin, we like to do 4 distinct things. The first thing we do is introduce ourselves. The second thing we do is share with one another and the world our pronouns. The third thing we do is introduce our characters. And the fourth and final thing we do in the round robin is offer a vivid aesthetic description of our characters, so that they may live in each and every one of our brain holes. Because, you see, I like to vividly hallucinate with my friends on the internet for 2 to 3 hours at a time, 6 days a week. And today is no different. So, Nate, you're new to the table. I mean, do you want to get like in the mix, like quick? Just dive right in. Be first. Technically, you are in the hot seat.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Nate, he, him, and yeah, I'm playing Alex Penchico today. He is a Dragonborn Paladin. He's just a fit Dragonborn. He likes to keep himself looking good. He's a bronze Dragonborn. Yeah, he's like 6'4", broad shoulders, has nice mithril plate on that he keeps looking very spiffy and nice. He's just a well put together paladin guy.
I like that. I like that a lot. What color Dragonborn?
I'm a bronze dragon
All right, all right.
with
Uh,
nice, mithril armor. So this has this really nice, silver and gold kind of contrast
hot.
that looks really spiffy.
For
Or
your
silver and bronze, yeah.
deity, who's your deity?
Well, so I guess we hadn't talked about this before we started, but I consider myself to be pledged to an organization and to a cause, actually.
Ooh,
And I am
like that.
a and I am a member of a group called DTAC,
Okay.
Dragonborn for the Ethical Treatment of All Creatures. So I am actually a
Amazing.
vegan Dragonborn. Um,
Amazing. There's good cause for that kind of organization in the astral plane, because there is definitely not ethical treatment going on in the astral plane, buddy. Who you've got your work cut out for you. But you'll probably make some friends along the way, I imagine, to help the cause. Yeah. Thanks, bud. Uh, yeah, man. Matt, you ready to do the thing? Are you ready? Oh yeah, that is a good question, Nate. Are you? I would imagine that you're at your at your level, sir. I imagine that you're at least no stranger to the astral plane. You mess around with enough portals, enough magic. Eventually, everyone just sort of gets that last ride down into the astral plane. But yeah, are you coming fresh from the mercenary guild? Are you a consultant they've brought on for like a workshop that they want to have with their mercenaries?
Yeah, I guess I don't know this world super well, so I
There's a
guess
lot
whatever.
of it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot, hey man. There's a lot of you have a literal plane of asteroids that stretch ad infinitum to draw from. Sometimes that's too much for people, and I get it. That's why the character sheets are helpful. But yeah, I mean, if you've got an organization. That's not an organization that is in canon in the Mercenary Guild world of Tierra. So maybe they can bring you on.
Okay.
I know who knows you though, and I look forward to getting to introduce them to you. Matt, do the thing.
I'm Matt. Generally, he, him pronouns. Tonight I'm playing Zathmia, who is a shifter descended from Were Lynxes.
Nice.
Wearing. I've been staring at too many character sheets. I imagine you have a similar problem.
It'll do. Unfortunately, I just look at y'all's characters. There's only a few characters of my own I have to refer to, so I feel very comfortable.
So Zathmia is in some nice adamantine half plate, carrying a nice emblazoned shield that anybody familiar with the worship of Kosuth would recognize that flame. As far as general appearances go, man, there's not a lot of artwork for humanoid lynxes. You get lions and tigers, no problem.
You see, that's what happens. That's why you got to do the vivid aesthetic description. I want the tufts on. Where are the ears? Are they down here? Are they up here?
The ears are top located, like our wonderful animated guest David.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Following the somewhat common markings that there's a very faint sort of M on the forehead, just due to how the fur grows.
Yep.
Long white tufts with generally a gray and black coat, like a Canadian lynx. Not so much a bestial vestige, but you can tell that there's definitely feline ancestry. Not anywhere near the level like you'd see on a Leonin or a Tabaxi, but
just full on cat
the
girl.
vertical
I
stripe.
get it. I understand. I've seen Japanese anime. It's under.
Sure. It's a cat boy, apparently.
Apparently not enough of it. But are you more like a snowy lynx, or are you like more like reddish hue?
Grayish and black for the most part. Canadian lynx don't tend to get the more autumn colored coats.
Okay. Right. Love that. Armor, weapons.
A wooden mace, club that has continual flame on it. along with a shield that has the flame of Kasuth on it.
Like that. I like that.
Yeah, that's most of what Zaphmia is doing.
Love it. Sweet. Thanks, bud. You should
Has
be.
a background specializing in researching portals.
Ooh, that's interesting. I love that. Awesome. Jen, take it away.
Hello. All right. So, as Hadley said, I am Jen. My real name is Rios. I go by that. And I will be playing Kaloria. She is a female Zahiran cleric. Zahiran is a homebrew race that Hadley is being so kind to let me play
They're pretty dope.
as. And
all you have to be is awesome. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't come to me with some weak sauce. All right, I like my sauce spicy, earthy.
This is Zahiran.
Want to linger?
The top part of her is like green-skinned, blue-green-skinned woman, and then the bottom half is snake. Her snake part from the waist down is probably like 7 to 8 feet long, maybe longer, 9-10 feet long.
I think we're in the 9-foot range from
9-foot range.
about just below the sternum.
Perfect.
Where the scales start to the end of your tail.
It makes it pretty easy for her to climb. And let's see her inventory. She has she wears a breastplate over her breast. You know, that's where it goes. She has a catalyst that she uses to cast her spells. It's called the Ring of Zahir's Blessing. And if you haven't figured it out by now, her patron is Zahir.
Whoa!
I know, it's a shocker. She has an arcane grimoire as well that kind of act as her spell book that she uses whenever she's in battle, or and she usually pats it as like a tick of hers. She is also a renowned alchemist, so she's good with poison.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a Ring of Protection +2, which in this case is not the classic iron, bluish glowing ring. It is more green tinted and dark, and you'll see a lot of her. Like she'll turn spells that will do radiant damage into necrotic damage, just because that's just how she is.
That's how she rolls.
It's just how she rolls.
Poison and necrotic. That sucks. Yeah. That sucks. Yeah. Oh God, it's rough to be on the back end of that. Oof.
Yeah. And what else? So, important details. Her background is something I'm taking a different take on. She is. I'm going to reveal more of her background as opportunities come to.
Bring it in. I also do love that for characters.
That's it, because I don't want to spoil anything.
Bring it in. Bring it in. Lovely. Thanks, Jen. David.
Yo.
What's up, man?
So, first of all, my name is David. I am coming to you from sunny Northern California today, where it's 76 locally. I go by they, them, him pronouns, so mostly the family just refers to me as assholes pronouns, so choose what you like. Tonight I am continuing to play Tsubaki, which was the twin sister of the other character that I had here, Jubei. Through some arcane bullshittery, some transfers happened, so I'm taking his place this evening. Tsubaki is a black tabaxi female, about 6 feet tall, a little bit leaner than her brother, not quite as muscular. And whereas her brother had a more Japanese style of dress with like traditional like Hyorin hakama pants, etc., she is a little more. It looks more like a kung fu outfit, something that you may see attributed to the Cobalt Soul. So it's more like a Tai Chi outfit, but the legs, instead of being flowing, they're tied with white pieces of cloth to keep them nice and tidy, etc. They are in blue and gray colors. And in addition to her a little bit more Eastern style dress, she has literally like leather bandoliers that is nothing but different potions and herbs and concoctions and a backpack. And she's got ropes hanging off her belt. She has a quarterstaff that is slung across her back, literally just kind of prepared for any type of situation. Black fur, green eyes, and yeah, that's pretty much Subaki.
I can't wait to answer that age-old question. What you got in that bag? Cool. Thanks, David.
Yep.
That's all of you. So that just leaves me, DMing Hadley, he, him pronouns, here for about 60% or so of your DMing needs. Oh yeah, I'm your dad. I adopted you all. You need to know that. I'm not proud of all the choices that you've made, let's be honest, but I'm proud of you for more than you think I should be.
Wouldn't be surprised in the army.
Yeah, well, I tried to talk you out of it, so lovely. Let me bring up the notes. What few I have, there are very few. We open on the asteroid of Ijendu. It is a significant rock, floating, twisting, turning end over end ever so slowly. The lighting never really changes in this weird middle gray. It seems to permeate everything. It seems to drain everything. As the rock turns end over end, we see a city that seems to have sprawled too greatly. The edges of it turning gray, withering with entropy. And then we see tremendous towers rise up as this city cascades like a lance upwards. Rings and rings of docks filled with airships, huge vessels and small alike, traveling hither and yon across whatever expanse people are able to manage. It's rough here in the astral plane. And as we descend through these huge towers, things get tighter, darker, packed. As we descend to street level, we begin to see ruins, towers crumpled over one another, thin wisps of smoke and dust swirl around. We pan upwards and see that the buildings around it stand 10 to 12 stories and are dwarfed by the tremendous skyscrapers which block what little light the astral plane provides. Alex, what does your house look like? What does your domicile look like?
It's I'm just living in an apartment down there at street level. It's simple, but but well kept up, just like myself. It's yeah, it's just tidy, clean. Not a ton of artwork on the walls, a few little things here and there, but yeah, mostly organized and clean and not flashy.
Understandable. Understated. Yeah, I like that.
Can I fit through the door?
It's a good. I mean, you can fit
How
through a
wide
lot
is
of
your
small.
door?
It's good.
It's just it's a comfortable door for a Dragonborn to go through. You know, it's a
Pretty
I don't know,
sizable.
yeah.
I'm talking about the
No,
room.
shut up. Control your D, sir. As you, what do you do to pass your time?
I read my pamphlets about the comings and goings of DTAC, what we're up to, and the different planes. Just I like to cook a lot, so
Okay.
you know, I'm always trying to find ways to to beef up my meals as a vegan. It's hard to kind of keep that going as a Dragonborn.
Sure.
Um,
I
so
imagine
yeah,
you probably have to grow your own vegetables. Is that would that be something you'd do? Vegetables.
definitely.
Are.
I love those kind of quiet times. I like to spend time out in my garden,
Okay.
just tending to everything. And even though I'm a big, mean-looking Dragonborn, I've definitely got a soft side. So I like to spend time caring for things and growing things and making wonderful meals. But
Love that. I think we see, if I may, a subterranean environment, a almost sparse living space, and a magnificent kitchen, sprawling workspaces, and delving deeper, can see then a veritable garden hewn into the stone and fed by a liquid, which is a pretty sizable tank, I imagine, that swirls with this faint pinky blue shimmer. And you would know that you would have to use this to keep plants alive here because this is essentially what's used as currency. Bits or rocks, as they're referred to in commerce. They are the lifeblood of literally everything. They are the only thing that keeps entropy at bay in the astral plane. Wealth, the accumulation of this material, also bolsters one's life. And so people can get greedy with it, as exampled by the ruined edge of this city. We see this beautiful, serene environment. And can I get a dexterity saving throw from you, please? Control that D, baby.
11.
As you are tending your plants, we see the windows, which rise just slightly above ground level, blast inwards, and you are met with a resounding cacophony. Explosion after explosion after explosion overwhelm the sound of crumbling structures only a number of blocks away from you. The windows blow in, and this dusty ash and smell of sulfur and burned gunpowder begin to flow into the room, and another barrage is let loose. And after that one, you can hear the creaking of metal and stone grinding as it continues its slow collapse. You see that fireworks of orange and red illuminate this smoke as it pours into your room. And a number of plants have now been knocked sideways, potting medium strewn across the floor, and puddles of this shimmering liquid reflect back up at you, dust falling from the ceiling. What do you do?
Well, first thing I'm going to do is rush upstairs because I had my oven going. I was baking some biscuits, and I'm gonna check on what's going on up there. Pull those out of the oven and
Nice.
turn the oven off.
Can I get a performance check, please?
Okay. $14.
You feel like you have to pull them out now. They're not quite gonna. They're gonna be a little gooey. They're gonna be a little gooey in the middle, but you don't know if you're gonna be able to come back and get them before they're cooked all the way through. So
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
you might just have to. I think maybe if you did a smaller, like, warming oven, and you'd be okay. Yeah, as you make your way towards the door, you hear screams, just shouts. It is crazy out here. Roll me a perception check, please.
12.
As you open the front door, the smoke is even thicker. It pours in past you, and as you look out into the street, there are people. There's maybe 2 or 3 dozen that you can see the shadows of through the smoke. You can hear screaming and crying and wailing. People obviously deeply emotionally upset by what just transpired. As you look to your left, you see the last remains of these buildings crumble down, leaving simple scaffolding hither and yon. And you see as the smoke and dust begins to slightly settle, a grand warship. It is 6 decks tall. There's 2 decks of guns on either side. And its barrels still smoking begins to rise up out of this district and towards the towers in the middle of this town. And you hear, "God damn it, my bar!" And you recognize the voice of LeBlanc. He is a seasoned adventurer who took up the mantle of his old boss and now runs a bar called the Drunken Monk, where he is both the proprietor and the bouncer of the establishment, and many a fight take place in that for entertainment purposes only. But it is in ruin, along with the building that it was the foundation of, quite literally. And you see a number of individuals pouring out of the smoke. And we're going to cut to another scene. As we look in on this, the tower itself is so diminutive by comparison, but it does stand nearly 1,200 feet tall. The towers beyond it greater significantly in height and breadth. And as we move in, we can see now an illuminated window with a large plaza deck that extends past this beautiful sweeping arch of obsidian glass. And as we approach, so too does a small piano black ship. It has a single mast and a jib sail out front. both seem to glow as if imbued with this crystalline structure. And as it docks, we see now, and I want to make sure, Zathmia? Is that how you say it?
Zathmia? You can go with
Zathmia.
Zeph.
Okay. We see you standing inside. And as you look out from this office, you can see that there are a number of members of the enforcement that are delivering this boat to your the new working space for a mercenary guild hub here on the astral plane. As you look out, bear with me just a moment. I gotta look this guy's name up. Boop boop boop. Boop boop boop. Perfect. You see a tall Githyanki, long, just absolutely elongated features, sharp cheeks, and probably the squarest jaw you've seen on any, not any, but top five squarest jaw of a Githyanki. They all look like they got glass jaws. This guy looks like someone might have spent the last several years ensuring that it was reinforced like a fortress. And he steps forward, doffing his hat, tucking it under his arm. And as he steps forward, we see this glass part seamlessly. And he strides inside. He says, I am First Lieutenant Cloth Tavok. And looks, expecting that you, I don't know him, or at least are expecting him.
Welcome. I'm notified that a delivery was coming. You have our ship?
He looks, raises an eyebrow, and then grabs his hat and gestures broadly towards the ship outside. It is in better repair than it was when you first set eyes on it, and certainly far better than it was after it had taken a significant amount of damage to a couple of different parts of the ship itself. It looks like the sails have also been replaced, and it has been lacquered quite thoroughly around the body.
I appreciate the attention to detail. Some of my compatriots may be a bit exuberant about acquiring it originally.
He turns and looks and sort of admires the boat momentarily. And he turns back and says, it is a paltry ship to be worried about. And as he says that, you can see why. A much larger vessel, not as large as the warship, but certainly very sizable, begins to descend and runs out like a dinghy, which floats down. And you can see somewhat of a gondolier that swoops down, lands, or actually just hovers slightly off of the deck here. And he says, I guess if you work hard, you can get an even bigger ship. This dinghy that he's about to pick up the crew from this ship on is not that much smaller. It is Yeah, yeah. You got a lot of ship upgrades to do. You're gonna have to spend a lot of the money that you make, and maybe if you get a good loot box or two, you'll be able to upgrade certain parts on it. And then if it's if it's worth enough, then you can sell it and get more gold, and then buy into a larger ship. Or you probably could just go kill people and take their ships. I mean, you could see why people end up doing the latter. Yeah. Also, good ships hard to find. So if you get your hands on one, never really sell it. It's not worth it to sell it. Keep it, and then like find a way for somebody else to make money with it, just like cars and trucks. Anywho, he steps back up onto the dinghy, which elevates him and his three compatriots and the gondolier, and he reaffixes his hat as he looks down at you. As you look out, you got a shiny new ship to play around with.
Have any of the Mercenary Guild compatriots checked in with where Kepler was settling an office and called me in?
I imagine that that he reached out and is probably dealing with quite literal fallout. And as we make our way back towards that decimated building and block, as you look out, Alex, there's you begin to see more of this dust settling. You hear cries. You start to see people digging through rubble, trying to get anybody. There is no official envoy or assistance that seems it is on its way. And the folks in this neck of the woods realize that that's the God's honest truth. And I think you do too very quickly. Kaloria and Tsubaki, can I get investigation checks from the two of you, please?
Yes, you may. $21.
It's a pretty good investigation check.
I got a 17 on the die.
And I think David had just stepped away.
Oh no!
All right, I got this.
Do you got this? Do you got this? As you begin moving through, there he is. There he is.
There he is.
Yes,
He's back.
He's back. The cat lives. Can I get an investigation check from Tsubaki, please? Apparently, it's time to look for survivors, everyone.
Survivors? Didn't I kill them all?
Last. I'll say
Where do you
many.
bury the survivors?
Many people died. I'll give you that much.
So that was a natural 20 to start off the night for Tsubaki. So 24.
Magnificent. As the two of you are making your way under these huge girders and crossbeams, the bottom level of this structure actually fared better than a lot of the top tiers. As the building collapsed in on itself, it seems like the four corners have caused a bit of a tenting effect. And as you make your way back in, you hear crying, soft weeping coming from inside as you push through one of the doors to the drunken monk, and then see that the other two doors have been ruined and the wall collapsed for the most part. And as you step inside, There's still settling dust and debris, which we see you stepping over large chunks of this rock. It looks almost igneous. It's so porous. And as you step over piece after piece, make your way back in, following this tearful sobbing. As you look inside, you see a small mound of dust settle, and hear that crying coming from Obi, the Gith soldier to be, who escorted your party to the drunken monk. And he sobs softly, tears rolling down his gray face, exposing his green skin beneath.
Hmm.
Are you okay?
No, no, no,
It's,
no, no,
Okay. Okay. We should
No.
get you out of here.
no.
as much as I enjoy the sound of your crying, I don't think it is needed right now.
He huffs and pants, and he reaches over and grabs a stool, and we see his hand smear through the ash and dust to expose the red leather beneath. And as he pushes himself to his feet, he sniffles and stands up, and puffs his chest up, and he begins to make this sort of thrumming, clicking, almost like meditative om sound. And he starts to match his breath, so that as he inhales and exhales, it continues to make an almost continuous loop of sound, varying in tone only slightly, before he opens his eyes and exhales completely. And he looks over, not far off. Yeah. He looks over at Subaki, and he says, you, and he points over at Caloria. They died, you killed them, and he turns and he gestures out the door, and sort of like upward through this latticework of ruined structure. They were gonna let them die anyway.
So I am sorry. I was not here that long. It was my brother. What happened?
So I can explain that. There seems to be a misunderstanding. They attacked me and I defended myself. I just wasn't aware they were not very healthy.
Can I get a deception check with disadvantage?
I usually have advantage on it.
No. Then you just roll one die.
All right, one die it is.
Is
All right,
this in
so
response
I
to
got
me?
I got a 23.
Fun question is, does he know he's lying?
Yeah, right. At this point, do you even think you're lying? Apparently not. Apparently, from your perspective, that is all completely true, and no one could clearly tell you otherwise. And you see Obi look over at you, and he sort of rubs the tips of his green ears, cleaning dust off of them, and sort of smears his face with his hand. And he looks over and says, "No, that was definitely their plan. They wanted to incite hostilities so that they could do this." And he gestures to the still crumbling ruins. Yeah, with your insight, I actually think that all that checks, because from the perspective, I mean, even as from the DM perspective, I don't think you did anything that was not like what your character would absolutely like. I'm not going to jail. You can't take me back to jail. And they certainly were like, take prisoners first and ask questions maybe later. They did, sacrifice those soldiers. The question then becomes, Tsubaki, as you realize that this is fundamentally factual. You also realize that with a 26, there is an ulterior motive.
So, when I saw you talking to those men, they were talking about this freedom fighter called Meek something. I could barely make out the words, but you are saying that they set this up to blame them?
Yeah.
It appears so. If their goal was to incite hostilities, they definitely did that, attacking me and my guardian.
Well, for the moment, we should see if there is anybody who needs help. And Tsubaki, given her nature, would want to probably do a medical check on Obi, make sure he's fine, and then hearing, would we have heard all the cries outside, because they lit up the entire block, correct?
They lit up more than one block. They lit up the block on this side of the block and the block on that side of the block too.
Okay.
And those structures were, a dozen to 24 stories high. I don't want to take the next 48 hours to dig through all of this rubble. But I think that there is a concerted effort over a period of more than a day, and probably well into the next night, which really isn't how time works here, because there's no sunrise and sunset. It's always just. I will say this: there's more illumination in the very faint gray of this block, and that's about the only thing that's positive about it. As we see your attempts and diligence at finding survivors, we pan back up and we see time pass, and we do see finally the 4 of you together, along with LeBlanc. He is a real big boy. He is a real big boy. He looks sort of stony in nature. He has little horns coming out of his chinny chin chin. He's got a couple of other big horns that sort of curve upward. He is broad-shouldered to the point that getting around him is difficult. He borderlines on large by size, but he is a very dexterous monk. He is still, he is actually in a fresh black suit, which is clearly tailored to his rock-like physique. He looks over at you, Alex, and says, "They haven't caused me that much trouble so far, but this group seems to be making some headway in the astral plane. I hope it's okay that I volunteered you. They haven't done anything that makes me fully believe that they're insidious. And usually everyone reeks a little bit of insidiousness."
So what the hell happened, LeBlanc?
He scratches his head, and he says, "Okay." He looks over, and there's a large glass table in this space. He tries to tap it to wake it up. and nothing happens. And he goes, hang on. And then he looks over at the wall and he goes, you guys don't even have it. Oh, God. He walks over. There's a big pane of black glass. And as he taps on it, it sort of like undulates like you just dropped a stone into water. And there's just a sort of response. And he says, show me show me my bar. And as he does, you see some images come up of how it used to look. And then you see this sort of like globe turn of, this is not technically a globe, it's the rock, of Ijendu. And you see that there is a literal like hazy spot over like those blocks and a couple of other blocks. And as he tries to like look at them closer, he's like, there's some, oh my God. He turns, he almost looks like he's going to put both fists through this glass table, and then he just sets them down gently. He says, there's some godforsaken anti-scrying sphere over the bar. He says, anyway, the bars they couldn't be doing this to just get back at me. Too many people got caught up in this. Somebody came in. It sounds like they were trying to do some sort of weapons deal that went horribly awry. But it also looks like the enforcers set it up to go bad. The ship was there within a minute of the explosion or implosion. And as they started piling in, well, this one, and he thumbs towards Caloria, put up a fight. But that's the weird thing. The first sign of resistance was immediately met with the ship departing and firing on the buildings. They couldn't have known that a fight had been ensuing. I think
So you're
there's something
suggesting
more.
you're suggesting that all this destruction was planned this entire time,
Yeah.
despite any fights or
They
otherwise non-existent.
lying requires only the thinnest shard of truth to make it stick.
Then perhaps we should investigate the man responsible. I remember someone saying his name was Eramex, I
Yes,
believe.
I do remember.
Commander Eramex Shulva. I am sorry, I was at a distance and reading lips, so my name might be off slightly. And I had had 2 drinks at that point.
Why would this guy want to blow up multiple blocks?
Some people see destruction as more than just mere destruction.
I'm not sure I follow. Is this the means to some sort of end?
Yes, I do think so. This Shulba person, if he is behind this, then he should be who we go to next. And believe me, I can get some answers for us if you give me the opportunity.
Have you ever heard the phrase, there is money to be made when there is blood in the streets?
Yes.
Your name is Obi, yes?
Yep. Yes.
So, are you one of these enforcers?
With elongated green fingers, he quite literally pulls at his collar a little bit. He says, not officially, not yet.
Can you take us to where this Shuttleblood might be?
Um, he looks around real uncomfortable. And he says, yeah, but you can't, you don't understand. You can't just like get to him.
If what I did earlier was not any indication, I do believe we are quite capable of getting to him.
Okay, let me rephrase that. You've got hundreds of soldiers, really trained soldiers, not frontline disposable individuals. Guys that can fight, guys with guns, guys with magic, guys whose fighting prowess has been trained magically for decades, if not hundreds of years.
Hmm.
Are you saying that we are weak?
I'm saying that in the face of the enforcement, it doesn't matter how strong you are.
That
Perhaps
is on-
perhaps a frontal assault is not wise then, but surely there is other ways to find this man and get the information that we need. Perhaps he has others that are close to him, lieutenants, right hand men, etc.
He says, I understand that you don't value life. And I do understand that everything is impermanent. So I'm not a fool. But he doesn't care about life at all.
On the contrary, I don't think life is. I don't not care about life. Without life, you cannot enjoy the pleasures of what it has to offer. Not caring about life is a robbery of what life has to offer, good
Okay,
or evil
you
or
you
otherwise.
tell him that. But seriously, if you try and kidnap like his lieutenant, he'll just promote someone.
Well, sure, he can replace him, but the information that Lieutenant might offer will be invaluable.
At this, he really sort of like scratches at his neck, and
Can I attempt to intimidate him?
I don't think you have to. I mean, I don't think that you just killed a whole bunch of people. Like you're at this point, any of you could squash this kid. That's not. He also doesn't seem to be quite affected by the level of magic and power that you guys have because he's accustomed to it. And when you live in the astral plane, you are always at risk. So, I mean, live fast, die young.
The reason I asked is because I have the frightful presence. So if he's intimidated by me, he automatically gets frightened of me.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to drive it home, if you want to make a little boy pee his pants, you can attempt to do that. But he's literally not doing anything to hide anything from you.
That is true. So I will refrain from doing so.
As you demur from trying to scare a literal child, an actual adolescent. I just want to make sure everybody is aware of that. He looks back at Tsubaki, and he says, "You looked like you try to help people." And he looks over and he sees Alex too, and is like, "And I think you do too." And don't know they see many people who are bold enough to wear shiny things around, so guess nobody's taking that from you. And he looks back at Zathmir and says, "So this mercenary gang that you're affiliated with, what sort of resources did they offer?"
You're looking at it.
Yeah, he looks around. It's a pretty vacant office. There's like a boardroom, and then like a couple of desks over there that have nothing on them, and a glass panel on a wall that sort of faces so that most of the people at this ovular glass table can see it. And then there's like a water pitcher and some empty glass decanters.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Come back to me. I'm maybe doing something.
Shiny. Did you get caught by the shiny things? It happens to the best of us.
I mean, Kepler couldn't have been at establishing this for too long. And Zafia may have been here helping, but again, still.
Yeah, I think if nothing else, Zathmir probably was just like, "Oh yeah, I know an office space we can get for cheap," because nobody wants. They all want to be in the big buildings. These small buildings there's tons of space to let.
Yeah.
6 gold, fine, whatever. 3 dozen bits a month, yeah, get in there, great. An extra 10 to use the dock.
Yeah. This is an exploratory office. This is not an established office. The Mercenary Guild hasn't had a ton of business out here on the Astral Sea until very recently. And we don't like it when our members go missing, and we've had a couple go missing, and that's what we're additionally hunting for. But we also like to help folks, one, who need help, and two, who often can pay, but that's not always the requirement.
He says, "Well, if you want to do better than this place, you better find somebody who pays. You might want that to be
Absolutely.
Like one of the first things in the order of business for the mercenary gang."
We're certainly not going to impress any more influential people into calling on our assistance. So, yes.
Well, he looks over and he says, LeBlanc? Yes. You're not doing anything these days, are you? And if you could see Stone blush with anger, that is what you see. His face looks like deep down in his neck and chest, there's a molten part of him that he really wants to let out at this kid. You're like a super powered adventurer, and you're pretty helpful, and you know a lot of people, right? And he sort of raises an eyebrow, and he says, "Okay, you have a point. Blunt, but you do have a point." And he turns and looks at Zathmir, and he says, "Maybe I can help you guys make some friends, but you gotta stay out of trouble before I can bring in reinforcements, okay?" And he looks out and he says, "Nice boat. Anybody want to give me a lift back into town?"
I thought it was a sheep.
It looks like a real
Very
piece of
modest
ship.
ship.
Like a very small piece of a ship.
As a side note, that was amazing.
Nobody rushed it. You know what? I'll just go. I work for you guys now, right? How about this? How about this? How about this? Hey, shh, hey. How about this? I'll drop you guys off. Where do you want to go? and he turns very quickly on his heels, making a scratching, grating sound against these faux marble floors, and begins to march outward. And it's question time for you guys. There's a few of you from the astral plane. You're established here. You've got friends in probably high and low places in Ijendu. Depending on what you do, you may be able to use magical spells to communicate with people over long distances if necessary. And if any of you want to phone a friend, I'll be said friend, and could offer you some exposition if you roll good. If people want to delve into the history of this place, you may find locations that you can go to look for certain types of people. And nice. You could. I mean, I don't. I think it's a little early to go rock hopping. But if that's something that makes sense, let me know what you need. I would not go out in this ship. I would not go rock hopping in this ship. I'll be real clear with you guys. You would be in a bad place if you did that. It's not designed for long distance travel.
The people we took it from were not making good decisions.
Also, yeah.
Go ahead.
Caloria is not in the guild. She was she was the random encounter. So so she just kind of walked in. She sees what was happening. She just kind of hopped along for the ride because she was entertained and curious about what was going on. So she doesn't know what the mercenary guild is.
No, but you do have connections here.
I do.
So I'll say this: with sufficient exposition, you understand the Mercenary Guild A pays. B, they tend to have some a loose moral structure about taking care of business, maintaining some semblance of an ecosystem, not balance. They're not like that, but just making sure that everybody doesn't fucking die in the next catastrophic, ridiculous, magical cross-plane explosion that causes the moons to shatter and then reform into another one, and then the Tiamat comes up out of the 9 hells, and you gotta kill her and send her back to hell, but she might be coming back, and that big cloud over there is not gonna kill everything inside it itself, so we're gonna have to go in and do that. Also, all these dragon eggs are starting to, get loose, and we don't need another just terror of dragons on our hands. Plus, the Feywild seems to be fucking dissolving and necrotizing from the inside out. That can't be great.
Ooh, yeah, I might know something about that.
And the warring the continent of the Abyss and the 9 Hells, the only thing keeping them from sprawling across the globe and killing absolutely everyone and everything.
So which one of those will I be helping prevent?
None. You'll actually be out here in the astral plane looking for some people that are looking for Bahamut. Now, I would like a history check from everyone, please.
Seven.
Okay, I don't normally get to roll this one. I got a nat 20, so I have a 29.
Ooh. Ooh.
I got an 11.
Not great. Not surprising, but not great.
Zathmia has
Makes sense.
a
I've been a
very
hermit.
useful 5 total.
Magnificent. Absolutely fantastic.
Know that
Alex,
history has happened once.
history is things behind us in time. Things happened, I guess. Potentiality cascaded into a singular moment in the space-time continuum. and then extrapolate it again into pure potentiality. God only knows what's going to happen next. As you hear this, Alex, you're like, like the god of dragons.
Yeah.
You're like the god of dragons. The what?
What are we looking? What are we looking for Bahamut for? What? We're looking for the god of dragons.
And Subaki, as you, the numbers and the swirls and the dragons are floating around your head. Every bit of lore that the world and the universe could provide pours into your head as if by sieve. And as you think about this, you think first, the Mercenary Guild is sending people out to the astral plane because that is the last reported whereabouts of him some time ago, but no one else has seen him, so maybe he's still out here. And you also know that Bahamut is a big, powerful dragon boy. Do whatever he wants, wherever he wants, whenever he wants. Ain't nobody gonna break his stride. And you can recall the last time that he was seen, and it was in an annal of another mercenary guild adventurer, and she told you about a ship full of goblins who were visited by Bahamut almost immediately upon arriving in the astral plane. You also know that the Mercenary Guild is like, maybe if we just do it, it'll just do it. And unfortunately, this time it didn't just do it. You also know a couple of other things. You know that Bahamut has a what's the word? A foil. And that foil is a beautiful, colorful, 5-headed dragon goddess named Tiamat. They are two sides of a coin, having spawned during a schism at near the beginning of what people might consider time. And their energy is so immense that neither of them can be destroyed except by maybe one dumb thing. And that is if you got the band back together. If you could put Tiamat and Bahamut back together, then you wouldn't have Bahamut, but you also wouldn't have to worry about Tiamat anymore. And that's probably what the Mercenary Guild is hoping for in the long run, and has now been saddled with some issues pertaining to state violence, I guess. It's a real shame.
So, hearing the conversation back and forth, Subaki would just be making tea and then start casting exposition and just say everything that Hadley just said.
It's my favorite spell.
Yes, absolutely.
That's my new. You know what? Someone homebrew that and drop it in my shit, please. My God, I cast exposition.
It's a cantrip.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course, bonus action cantrip even.
Yeah. So as I'm saying all of this, I'm making tea. I've pulled out cups for everyone, and I turn around. Everybody's staring at me. I'm like, what? I'm not as dumb as my brother. I studied. And I walk over and I just hold out this platter of little cups of tea for everyone.
I love it. Is there a mechanical bonus to the tea? I'm just curious.
Funny you were going to ask that.
Mm-hmm.
This particular one is made with Murgaxor's Elixir of Life. which
Ooh.
means that everybody has advantage on death saving throws for the next 24 hours.
Woo! Somebody came to play Dungeons and Dragons tonight.
Yep. And I will reduce one of those in my inventory.
Hot. Excellent. I think we see these little teacups cheers together. And as they do, we begin to see this waving pink and blue with a background of sandy tan. And as we follow that sail, we can see now that LeBlanc has taken the helm of this ship. It looks like a kid's toy with him standing at the helm. It's not. I mean, again, the ship. It's not about how big your ship is, guys. All right. This is certainly a big enough ship. There's a couple of rooms. It'll get you around for a couple of nights wherever you need to go before things start to smell real bad. A couple of barrels of ale, maybe some provisions. There's no guns on this ship.
What about what about the shed?
What about the shed?
My shed. I had to shed my reptile skin.
You probably just put it on like on the crow's nest, like a windsock, and like that'll be how we know it's you when you guys come into town.
Perfect.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Wait,
now
shedding's a natural thing.
Roll me,
and it's very itchy.
I got a 3.
It begins.
I begin to shed?
No, you begin to realize you're gonna shed.
I'm gonna shed. Okay.
Yeah. You reach down, you sort of like scratch at your neck just a little bit, and then you just feel like a flake of something peel off. And you're like,
I always hate it when this happens. So I'm gonna let everyone know I need some privacy because I have to get naked.
Oh, buddy, this is gonna take fucking days. So, yeah, this is not a one moment. No, oh god, I had another character that was a lizard, and if she ever stopped singing, she would start to molt. So she had to sing everything she said all of the time, or else she would start to shed. And then she did the same thing. She was like, all right, I'm going to go into my room for a day and shed. And I was like, no. Shedding takes a time.
Can I cast mending on myself?
No, that's not how that works at all. Yeah.
Would Tsubaki have noticed this?
Roll me a medicine check.
Hang on just a moment. I have I have a plus 10 to medicine. I rolled a 5, so I got 15.
Yeah, you're not quite sure if that was an injury that they sustained, but your brain definitely goes to the place for like, or in a couple of days, that's going to get real milky, real milky, green, blue.
Okay, so immediately upon noticing this, Tsubaki would like pull her bag around from her side. It's like, ooh, I might have something for that. And I rummage around in my bag and I pull out this container, and it's Morosa Balm. It's a paste made from Morosa bush that's known to help prevent sunburn, but also as a fire retardant, but it also soothes itching from a sunburn. So if you want to use it, it's like, you can use this. It also has the benefit of giving you advantage against fire damage for 1 hour, but could help prevent any kind of itching.
Can I get a D12 check, please, from Tsubaki?
$12.
You have 12 ounces of this.
Oh.
12 ounces of it. Not nearly enough to get this whole snake, but spot treatment, you're gonna get some good usage out of that. Until
I would use it on the sensitive areas, if you know what I mean, one girl to another. And I wink a little bit, and I will hand over the Morosa Balm. You can put that in your inventory. I'll take it out of mine.
All right, perfect. So Gloria will take this bomb, sniff at it. He'll look at you. She will look at you. She's just silently just gonna scratch your head. And now you
Um,
have guidance.
Oh, nice.
Perfect. All right, so what is it
Yay.
called? Morosa bomb? Can you spell that for me?
MUROOSABALM bomb. Yeah. Morosa bomb.
Can you just do that all over again, because I did not type it in.
Bad. Fired.
MUROOSA bomb.
OSA.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
got
will
it.
put it in chat as well.
Got it. Thank you.
Sure. There you go.
There's not a lot of things that Caloria finds good, but that was good.
Awesome.
That was a
That's
good
pretty
thing.
good.
Uh,
Now I'm gonna start putting it on. Just a little spot in that spot that the flake came off.
As you go to finish this application, you hear Obi through the rustling of many a map as he comes onto the deck, and he says, "Okay, I think we should actually start outside of town. There's going to be little resistance out there, more likely than not. We might be able to get the lay of the land here, and people on the outer ring, they do talk, and it doesn't take much to get them to loosen them lips, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
If there's anybody out there that knows uh, a like what's going on, has their like finger on the pulse, there's this real old curmudgeon named Kievert.
Perfect. Can you take us to him?
I think so, and he turns a map around and looks up at these buildings. As you guys are flying through this town, you see again at the Helm LeBlanc. He's looking out, and we just see you start to move past tower after tower. You see other boats moving around, most of them smaller than yours. 2 or 3 occupants. And there's sort of barges that seem to be moving goods and food and stuff like that. We continue past those. We begin to see we're sort of cutting through the. I don't know if there's a way to. We're going to say that you guys' place is on the south side of town. And you're essentially cutting north and west from there through not the tallest. If you looked all the way up, craned your neck up, you could see the marina, the rings and rings and rings of these marinas, which go all the way up, thousands of feet. And as you sort of look through, you see just very sparsely little dots of starlight, little darkened orbs and in ovals turning and undulating through the astral sea. You can see ships coming and going, and as you do, you begin to see now the city thinning out, the buildings getting smaller, and you can see that the edge of this town begins to sort of crest upward. And as it does, you can see little structures around this city silhouetted by the soft grayness of the astral sea. And unfortunately, these buildings don't look far off by way of color. Things become very muted and flat very quickly. And as this ship makes its way now over this lip, you can look out and see a sprawling wasteland, y'all. It is a sprawling wasteland. There, it looks like the after from Terminator 2. It's not great. Buildings crumbling. You see a few structures still standing here and there. They don't look. They look like a stiff breeze. If there was any sort of like atmosphere on this asteroid, a stiff breeze would knock a lot of these buildings down. You see abandoned boats. You do see a few Gith children, very young, lanky, poorly dressed, and they scatter. And as you go whizzing past one of these small ruined structures, you cannot see where they went. They seem to have almost disappeared from the street. And you hear Obi say, okay, he's around here somewhere," and he looks up at the map, and as he holds it out, you can see that there's a number of buildings, and as LeBlanc slows the ship, you see them come in line with some ruined foundations. And he says, "I think that's the one right there." And he says, "Yeah, LeBlanc, come on over." And as they park this ship, you see what looks like a brick tavern that the corner of it sort of crumpled in. You can see the bar, the wood, the lacquer is peeled up, and even the lacquer seems to have had the life sucked out of it. The wood is, it looks almost like beech wood, as it's almost white gray. And you see a few other ruined bottles and things broken in here. And Obi looks down and says, "You guys can handle one old man, right?"
Yes, I think we can.
Cool.
How
Yeah,
high up are we
just
at this
a
moment?
friendly conversation.
About 3 feet off the deck.
Oh, okay.
If you want, you can run down the gangplank and walk right out onto the ruined roof and hop down into the bar.
Can we have Obi come with us?
He says, "Yeah, I mean, that's fine. If I need to make a formal introduction, you guys can't just say hello first?"
You can stay here.
That's what I thought. I'll keep an eye out. Yeah, you guys go ahead and dive right in.
Okay. That's
Um,
what Gloria does. She just right.
Okay. Yeah, as the gangplanks run out and you slither down onto this sort of stony, tiled top roof, which is sort of collapsed down. As you look in, you feel yourself slithering through this dust, which is actually a little, that's kind of nice. As
She's a little
you
distracted.
as you descend into the bar, you can see that the front door is ruined, the glass is broken, barely holding onto its hinges. You look to the left, you see a storeroom, as you look at it, can I get an investigation or perception check? And as the rest of you look out, Obi says, "It's fine. Quivert is just, he's a real nice guy. Don't get on his bad side. Just be real nice to him, please. He knows a lot of things, and if you piss him off, he definitely knows how to kill you too."
Yeah, dirty 20.
Very good. Yes.
Subaki was in the crow's nest, so if it's less than 60 feet to the roof,
Yeah.
she just full on jumps out and
Right.
lands cat style on the roof.
Do you want acrobatics or you want a performance? Sounded like a performance.
Actually, it's more acrobatics, but
All right, fine. He's not making a show of it. I get fine.
it's 11.
I'll cash you.
Yeah, no. You're so sweet. That would have had to have been established way ahead of time.
Well, she has the monk
I have
ability where they can
snake-like
fall
reflexes.
60 feet without taking damage. So
Yes, but the falling gracefully is not the issue. What is that as you go into your 3-point hero pose to slow yourself, the roof just and you don't take any damage or anything like that. You just fall another 10 feet after you've stopped. And yeah, there's just a cloud of dust. You stand up and start to look out. As you do, you hear LeBlanc say, "I don't know that I'm comfortable staying here out in the open. Maybe Obi and I can find..." He looks around. You guys are really exposed right now, and you stand out like a sore boat.
I'm inside, so I can't reply to them.
That's fair.
Well, you can't just ditch us here, LeBlanc.
How about this? He goes and flicks you an oblong stone. And it has a slight, it's about, go like this. It's about that big. A little bigger. Right about there, right there. It looks like it was an oval that somebody vivisected, turning it into a crescent. And he says, just call. And he throws it at you. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure whatever came along, I would kill a lot of before they got me. But I don't want to dirty my new suit. I've only got one more left. And I do not want to have to come out of pocket for a fresh one until I have got some cash in hand.
Yeah, someone's going to try and take our ship if we leave just one or two people to defend it. No matter who the one or two might be.
All right. But if you leave us here, LeBlanc, I'm not making brunch and bringing it to the bar once it's fixed up anymore.
That is the worst kind of threat you could ever make. I get it. Just give me a ring when you're done, and I'll come sweep by and pick you up. I'll try not to go too far. And he looks down at Obi, and Obi's already looking at maps for where he could potentially hide the boat out here. As it begins to rise up, everyone except for Caloria, you can see the skyline from here. This just multi-tiered, just up into ad infinitum against this gray wasteland. And as you turn and look back into the bar, Caloria, what you see is a swinging door that looks like it goes to the back of the bar. And the only place in here that is not covered with a thin, medium gray mottled dust is where the little rubber sweep is against the wall. It is obviously cleaner, and it looks like it's been used maybe in the last week or two.
Tsubaki was in there too, correct?
Yeah, and I don't think it's... there's not a whole lot to really investigate here.
Yep.
And so I think that you see Caloria as they are investigating this pretty obvious entrance and exit.
I think that dirty 20 in the perception check. What did I see?
That's what you saw.
I wasn't here for that.
You son of...
I was getting my
Cast
food.
exposition.
All right. I know what happened.
No,
I
have. Unfortunately, I have to cast exposition, which means I have to do the exposition again. You look in, you see the bar. The bar is pretty ruined. There's the exit. As you look in, there's a swinging door, and the only thing that's not covered with a thick layer of dust is this thinly dusted area where the door sweeps against the frame, and you can see that someone's obviously gone in or out of here in the last week or so.
Is there anything in the storeroom?
You're going to go inside? The window's covered with dust. You can't see through it.
Can I make an insight check to see if there's any traps?
No, because it's... Well, I don't know. An insight, first off, wouldn't be the check
wouldn't
for
be
that. No, it would be investigation.
Well. What's life without a few risks? Let's walk in there.
Okay.
No, let's slither in there.
Okay. You push open this door. It's pretty dark in here. Faint little bit of gray light begins to pour in behind you. And as you look inside, you can see ruined barrels of like ale and crates. You smell that like long, like after something rotted, and then it's just sort of like the faintest essence of something. Everything that was in those crates is just died to the point that it's almost sad to smell it. It's not upsetting like to the olfactory senses. It's just like, damn, what a waste. But as you look down and to the right, you see a very large door that is mounted on the floor and seems to be hinged to come upward.
All right. I'm gonna... Tsubaki, I think I found an entrance.
Okay. Would you like me to go ahead? Would you like me to support you? What do you need?
Can I cast Spirit Guardian and just have them like not in a non-hostile way, just kind of check what's down there?
They do not grant you vision.
They don't get me vision.
No.
Oh, okay.
And they are stationary, so wherever you cast them is
Okay,
where they'll
never
be.
mind. I just wanted to check. All right,
Sure.
then let's go. Let's Tsubaki. Let's go down there together.
That would be fine. So,
Alright.
Yep, I will follow behind, or even side by side and go over. You said it's a trap. It's a door on the floor, hinge that look like to come open, currently closed. Correct.
Correct.
May I look for traps to see if the door is trapped?
Sure. Roll me an investigation check.
23.
Looks like it was once made of mahogany. And it doesn't have any place where an obvious trap could come out.
Okay.
It is strapped with thin iron. There's what looks like a big, heavy iron padlock on a fold down latch. But as you begin to examine it, you realize it's literally just for show. As the metal goes down and underneath, it's clearly not the same piece of metal that's connected to the floor. And you think that if you wanted to, you could literally just lift it. It's a false lock, essentially.
Okay.
Do you also have dark vision, or should I cast light for us?
No. I have dark vision.
Okay, perfect.
So in this moment, I don't know how heavy the door is, but I will look to her and say, "Okay, I'm going to pull back the door." So,
Go on.
Yep. So, would you like an athletics to open?
Absolutely not. It is a door. You can lift it with your hands.
Hey, doors can be the bane of sim
Yep.
parties. Let's
Sure
be real.
can. They sure
Okay.
can, which is why it's very fortunate that this one is not some ridiculous door that would take the next 45 minutes to get through.
Perfect. I open the door slowly.
Okay.
And I've walked in and I'm just kind of standing in the entrance to the storeroom, like kind of just keeping like looking, one eye into what they're doing, one eye back out into the bar.
Sure.
Just kind of
Sounds
looking
good. There's an eerie pallor of quietness. It sounds like every step someone takes is just like must be radiating into the skies because there's nothing else seemingly making sounds around here. It's eerily quiet. And as you begin to hear the hinges creak, you look back, and as you do, I need everyone to roll for initiative, please.
Okay.
And there's the one. That'll be a 9.
I got a 19 on the die plus 3. I got a 22.
At least it was on initiative.
7.
Ooh, Gloria. Okay. Who was after 23? Who got a? Please tell me there was somewhere between 23 and 7.
I got a 22.
Or 22 and 7.
Tsubaki was a 9.
Waiting for my roll to process. Rolling with advantage, I have an initiative of 6.
Mother.
Oh wow, we suck.
Okay.
Well, maybe it's good the cleric goes last.
Wow. Yeah, it might just be. Woof. Woof. All right. Alex. Was this 7 for Alex? How much was?
Yep.
Okay. Now, that's just. Okay. Let's see how this initiative goes, everybody. Okay. Okay. Great.
As long as it's not us, it's great.
It's yeah. Caloria, as you see this door being opened, you can see down into it. And as you look down, you see something a little unnerving, and that is an eye at the end of a stalk. And it looks up from underneath whatever the next level ceiling is at you, and then as menacingly as a single eye can, it scowls at you. And then you begin to see it crackle with energy.
All right, I am disgusted. I want to dispel that magic that it seems to be acquiring.
Sounds very exciting. Do you have counterspell?
No, I was gonna use dispel magic. I don't have counterspell.
Roll me an Arcana check.
All right, I'm expertise in this.
Okay.
I got a 19, which is plus 14, is a 33.
As that eye pops out, and you see it start to like with like energy, and you're like, no. You start to see it like really diminish, and you see its eyelids just like what the and then it looks to its right, and as it looks to its right, you see another eye stalk come out and look at it, and then it sort of squints, and then it looks up at you, and then it opens real big.
Now I just wide.
Yeah, just like shocked to see you. And can you what?
The eye? Can I intimidate the eye?
What do you do to try and intimidate the eye?
I just look at it. I widen my eyes like disturbingly wide, and I just a toothy, fanged grin.
Okay.
Maybe see some of my venom coming out of my teeth, my fangs.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Perfect. Thank you so much for allowing me this. Okay, so that's one. Oh, I got a natural 20 with the advantage I have, and with the plus 15, that's a 35.
That other eye looks at the first one, and they both look out and look up at you, and they both are like, and then they look up, and both of them just very slowly retract back into the darkness.
They are now frightened.
And as they do, you hear, "What the fuck?" And as you do, you see it's like a wash of whiteness. One of the most disturbing washes you can have. And you see this almost like vacancy there. You can't see past it. It's not quite milky, but it is opaque. And as it sort of like swoops from one side to the other, you feel yourself struck by it, quite literally. So much so that we see more of you begin to peel, And you also hear jingling in your coin purse. They start to rattle, these little 8-sided gems that sustain people both economically and quite literally. And as they begin to hum, can I get a Constitution saving throw, please?
Okay. I got a 16.
A 16 is actually going to save. But you are still going to take some damage. You are going to take 21 points of damage. And we actually start to see more of your skin molt around your neck and shoulders, just to like the edge of your breastplate, where it's essentially being held in place. And you see as you sort of like shaking that nasty sensation off, you see a much larger eye begin to come out from underneath this lower level. And then the rest of you see this door fly open violently. And can I get a dexterity saving throw from Tsubaki, Kaloria? Let's just do Tsubaki and Kaloria. Good.
23.
Right out of the way.
18.
Not bad too. Both of you managed to not be hit by the door. And as you look down, you see this big pinky blob. And he's got eyes all over him. And he moves up. And as he does, he tries to take a great big bite at our good friend Tsubaki. Because you're the closest thing. You see this huge eye looking at you, and then you see a mouth just as big go to gobble you up. How is a 17 versus your armor class?
Miss. I'm a 20.
It starts chomping towards you, and as it does, and sees that you are not letting it eat you, it opens its big eye again. And can I get a Constitution saving throw from you, please?
Natural 20.
21. I love this. As you step backwards, you feel your heel start to stick for a second. And as you look back down, you see the heel of your boot start to turn to stone, adhered to the stone floor in this room. And as you realize that you're about to get petrified, you bring it in. Just bring it all the way in, and say, "No, I'm not doing that again. That's not for me." And as you take that moment, instead of freaking out, you look down and you see that the heel of your boot has now returned to its normal appearance. And
Cool.
It's your turn. This guy looks like he wants to eat you. Looks like that's the first thing on his mind.
We are here to see Kibert. We do not wish to fight. And I will call that out. What is the distance between me and the creature?
0 feet.
Okay.
Its eye is right here in front of you, and its mouth is chomping at you.
How big is the room?
It is 15 feet wide and about 20 feet long, and you are essentially standing in the bottom right corner of that room if you were looking at a map. Inside the door to the right.
Okay. I would use bonus action disengage, and I'm going to move out of like the creature's range / whatever that is, like either if I can move out of the room or somewhere and give myself some distance?
Yeah, you can do that. If you want to move out of the room, you can move back about 15 feet before you're going to be in a mess of chairs and tables that you had to really get over to get into this place.
Would I still be able to see into the room?
Yes.
Okay, so I would like to do that, and then I'm going to use a key point to do patient defense, and that is going to be my turn. I'm going to see what they do.
Nice. As you begin to depart, Alex, you look in and see this guy. Can I get an insight or perception check from you, please,
Okay.
sir?
Insight, that is 16.
This guy he didn't respond to the suggestion that you wanted to talk to Keevert. He looks enraged, and he is very dangerous, both because of his anti-magic cone, which is pointed towards the bulk of you right now, and he's got all these eyes that look like they're looking at all of you, and he's gonna start popping off more mad, bad, angry things.
Did I dispel that anti-magic barrier with my dispel magic? No? 33
No.
is do that?
No, the 33 kept you from getting hit with a disintegration ray.
Okay, then that's good.
Is that good enough for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
No, you did not immobilize and completely incapacitate the guy you have to fight today. On the first turn of the first round. No, you didn't do that. You did a great job the other night, though. Although we are going to pull that third hit from Brandon, that's way too much. Yeah, Alex, what do you want to do? This guy's gonna continue doing mean things to you and your friends.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, I see what he's doing. I'm just gonna run forward to him and just swing my sword at him.
Okay.
I'm gonna fight him.
Hit him.
Yeah.
Get him.
Yeah. So I'm gonna run up to him, and does a 28 hit?
Yes. As you march forward, you see this thing turn, and 3 of the eyes around its body and its big eye turn to look at you. And as you go to swing, what are you swinging?
Longsword.
Okay. As you come over with the longsword, you see this blue shimmering barrier pop up, and then see your sword go right through it.
Damn. Okay.
You hit him. He tried to keep himself from getting hit, but you right through the shield, right into him.
Oh, gotcha.
What's the damage?
Well, it's only 7 damage. Damn. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think that as you sort of hack in, he's got a weird density to him for sure. For being mostly eyeball, you'd expect a lot of gooey nature from this encounter. Instead, you're met with a very robust frame that this eye clearly sits in, and it doesn't seem to like the treatment that you just gave it. Yeah. Anything else you're gonna do?
Well, I have a second attack, so I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna attack again.
Right.
20 to hit.
20 will not hit, as it is rebuffed by that shield.
Damn.
And then I gotta hold that. And can I get a wisdom saving throw from you, please?
Oh. Wisdom save of 16.
You don't know how good you got it. You have no idea how good you got it right now. That is the exact save that you need for this. As you come back with that second swing, you're like, oh, jeez. Hey, no, I'm not sleepy. And you see one of those eyes look up from underneath at you, and it sort of if it could snap and say "aw shucks" with its eyeball, it would. Anything else for Alex?
No, I'm gonna stay here.
Okay. Zathmia.
What is the finish of this creature's flesh? Is it furred, scaled, covered in rock?
It's a real. Have you ever seen the pink slime they make like chicken nuggets out of? It
Yeah.
looks like that. It looks like someone took that and spackled this creature together over the biggest googly eye they could find, and then took some like wire and then sort of like squished more of it onto a bunch of stalks all over its body. The eyes are all different colors. And you can see what looks like other eyes underneath the skin straining to get out. Like it produces more eyes whenever it just spawns more eyes.
Sure.
It's distressing.
I comment in Primordial to it
Okay.
that I'm very pleased to find this example because I hate and think all of the other types of this kind are inferior that have fur and skin, all of these uncomfortable textures. Just, this is the way you're supposed to be.
Some of the eyes start looking at each other. One of them looks around from the right at the big eye, and the big eye looks at it and doesn't know what to think, and they both turn and look at you.
I mean, do you really want to brawl? Are you sure you want to go 1-on-4?
You see the eyes, all of them seem to be like they're having a conversation, like looking at each other, and they look and the big eyes sort of rolling around, looking at what the other eyes are doing for a second there. No, Jen, keep it in your pants. It sort of looks over at you, and you see the bulk of those eyes begin to squint angrily, and a couple of them look enthusiastically at you, ready to pounce, just ready to pounce.
Okay. Shift into melee range with bonus action to cast Shillelagh on my club.
Okay.
And to charge up a green flame blade that lights with both black flame and my red continual flame.
Oh. Love it.
And we'll line up a nice bit of radiant damage on top of that with a nice healthy smite.
Yum, yum, yum.
I'll blast a 4th level slot for an extra 5d8.
Damn. Lean into it a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Lean into it.
All right. So, first things first, we have the primary target of my attack. And that is, as soon as it tells me my chance to hit. Come on, D&D Beyond.
You can do it.
It's a nice 14, which is probably not going to be enough.
14.
It's very impressive looking.
You're not so much. Not so much.
Just Drat.
Okay. It's not nothing. But this guy looks at you. And can I get a dexterity saving throw, please? Yes.
Because of my aura of
Mhm.
geez, which one? Aura protection. Yeah, you get a +5 to saving throws since you're within 10 feet of me.
Nice.
Gotcha. Well, that makes it a nice 11. This is not a dex character.
Oh lord.
Ooh, that's exciting. That's
If it's
exciting.
relevant, reaction for absorb elements.
It is not.
enough.
You are slowed. Your speed is halved for a minute. You can't take reactions, and you can take an action or a bonus action, but not both. Save ends up to a minute.
Oof.
Gotcha.
And Caloria, you see this tremendous, grand creature. It is, y'all want to be clear, this thing's big. The face of the eye itself is maybe about 4.5, 5 feet, just from lid to lid. You couldn't hug half of it. It's big, and if you did, you'd be flapped with a number of different eye stalks, which grow out about 8 to 12 inches from its body with these eyelids that it looks at you angrily. Angrily, what do you do, Gloria?
I, Caloria,
Ba-dum-tsh.
seeing seeing all these eyeballs, thinks are they all in a generally straight 60-foot line, or a
This
5 foot
thing is-
wide?
This thing is larger. It is large, so it's bigger
Okay.
than a 5 foot by 5 foot cube.
All right.
It takes up not quite 4 full squares.
Okay. Because I would like to cast it's called Sunbeam, but
Okay.
so I'm gonna cast this spell, and as a beam of brilliant light flashes out from my hand, each creature in the line must make a con save.
Okay.
Failed save, it takes 6d8. It says radiant, but it's necrotic, and is blinded until the next turn.
Okay.
All right.
What's the save?
20.
What's the check?
It's Constitution.
Con save. Okay.
And I was asking earlier, since it's an eyeball, it has ooze in the eyeball.
No,
No?
we're not
Okay.
playing that game.
Okay.
I've got great news for you.
Okay.
For you. Roll to 16
Okay.
plus 4
So, okay.
Constitution. And so what doesn't happen?
It just doesn't get blinded.
Yeah.
And I'll take half damage.
I think that what's the damage?
Wow, that was shitty. It was 11 damage. I got like
Oh.
3 ones.
This is gonna be a long fight if you guys live to see the end of it.
I mean, it took half damage. Wow. That was exactly what it needed.
Half of 3.
Cool.
No, it was 22, but it took 11.
Great. Can I get a dexterity saving throw, please?
Wow. Anything I do, it attacks. That is a 16 plus 5, 21.
All right, you're gonna make the save, and you are going to take 21 points of force damage as one of these eyes looks at you, and you see this just like green, like laser pointer, just like and start chewing into you, and you can feel half of your tail sort of just like And buddy, if you thought you were molting before, now you got a weird cross section
I just
sort
have a
of
question.
swirling around you. Yes.
How is it able to attack every time I do anything?
Because it has legendary actions at the
Okay.
end of people's turns, where it blows them up to try and kill them. Because you're big characters, and when you're big characters, you fight legendary creatures. Legendary creatures with
Okay.
legendary actions.
Okay, I was
Just
just
be
I
glad
was
it
just
doesn't have
wandering.
lair actions too.
But
Well,
yeah.
I still have a bonus
Technically they
action.
do,
My
but-
turn's not over yet.
Query:
Yeah.
Was that attack fire damage?
No, it's force damage.
Force damage. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Okay. Well, I still have a bonus action. In that bonus action, can I cast my spiritual weapon?
Yes.
Okay, so I will do that. So now I have a floating claw
Correct.
that is within 5 feet of me,
Right.
and it's just gonna automatically try to strike it because it's within 5 feet of the eyeball.
Okay.
Okay, so
Do
let's
it.
hope this works.
Do it. Hey. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Okay. That is 29 to hit.
29's gonna hit.
Okay. That is 2d8. Oh, I have 2d8s now.
Because he's a
Where's
big
my-
boy. He's got
I
multiple
know.
sets of dice
Yeah.
now. Look at
Yeah,
this
look
guy.
at that.
Look, he's all
Perfect.
grown up. My son, everyone.
So that is 4 plus 4, 8 plus 5. I have quick math. That is 12. No, it's 13.
12,
That was 13.
13.
Yeah. 13 points of force damage.
13 points of force damage. I guess that's supposed to do something for somebody. Cool. Doesn't like that. So
You said at the end of my turn. Is he going to do another legendary action?
no, it's his turn now.
Okay. That's what.
Yeah, how's a 20 versus your armor class?
Shield.
Okay, we see this thing turn. Its eyes continue to focus on whatever they were looking at previously, and we see this head turn and rush towards you, and we see these teeth just like open up and try and just like consume you from above, and you are inside this thing's mouth as you see that shield keeping its shark-like teeth from grinding through. You see little sparks of blue against it as it tries to shake you. And then can I get... oh, why not? We'll just do them randomly. Can I get a wisdom saving throw, please?
Okay. I'm good at these.
I hope so.
Okay. Well, I got a 25.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, you save against that. You're not quite sure what you're gonna do, but just sort of look around, realizing that this guy's like bigger on the inside.
Oh, perfect.
Roll me a perception check, please.
Sure, of course. That is a 26.
As you look around, you see a number of things in here. The space seems to be just unnaturally dark. It doesn't have a very cosmic sort of sense to it, as much as it just feels like empty. But as you look out, you see a hat. It's not really illuminated so much as you just know it's there. There's no source of light, but there's a hat. And it's going over end as it sort of floats by.
Can I try to grab it?
No, it's far too far for that. You can see it about 30 feet away.
Mage hand.
Do you want to grab it with Mage Hand?
I don't even think I have it, but I can.
Well,
you know
then
what?
tough.
Let's just.
Shit.
Oh wait.
Is an
what?
action to cast Mage Hand?
I don't have it.
Right. You see a hat float by, and
What
then
does
you
that look
see It's a hat. It's black. It's got a brim. It's got a little
Oh.
braid across the top of the brim, and just a little bit of a poop, before it swoops back
So
flat.
I think the old man might be dead.
And then you see an arm start to turn end over end, and it's got long green fingers, and you see a little trail of greeny purple blood.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Wait.
it's great. It's great in here.
Perfect.
Sabaki.
Okay. As my action, I'm going to cast protection from good and evil on myself.
Okay.
So from now on, since this I'm against certain
Assuming this
creatures.
thing is evil.
Well, it says until the spell ends, a willing creature you touch, me, touch myself, has certain protection against certain types of creatures, including aberrations, celestials, elementals, fey,
Ooh.
fiends, and undead.
Ooh.
The protection has several benefits. Creatures of that type have disadvantage on all attack rolls against me.
Aw,
Also, I
shucks.
can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Also, double
Also,
shucks.
I have advantage on all saving throws, regardless of whatever the relevant effect is. Now,
I want to play Dungeons and Dragons tonight. I just want...
so everybody is in melee combat with this
Except
thing.
for you.
Shit. Okay. Crap. I guess as my bonus action, I will cast Spiritual Weapon
Mm-hmm.
at. I'll just do it at second level. Okay, hang on. Cast Spiritual Weapon. I will, since I can still see it,
Mm-hmm.
because Spiritual Weapon you can deploy up to 60 feet, but only move 20 feet afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put the Spiritual Weapon up, which for me looks like a stuffed little mouse toy. So but just enlarged. And I'm going to attempt to hit the enemy with the Spiritual Weapon. That's a 20 to hit.
It's going to use a shield as a reaction.
Awesome. And then I'm going to back up because it hadn't moved past. I was already 15 feet into this room looking through the doorway. How far can I back up and still see the creature and my spiritual weapon?
You're going to be clambering over chairs, maybe another 5-10 feet.
10 feet.
Consider,
Do you want an
consider it
acrobatics
difficult.
check?
Just consider it difficult terrain. So it'll take 20 feet to move.
I have 50 feet of movement. Not a problem.
If you go any farther than that, you won't be able to see in this room. You'll be outside.
That's fair. So I'm just going to back up a little bit. And then hopefully as a free action, I could perhaps slow it down, but but you can't be so close to it. And that will be my turn.
Sounds good. Yeah, it's gonna still try and make you do the thing. So let's find out what thing it wants you to do. That sounds about right. Can I get a dexterity saving throw, please?
$22.
That's very good. That's very good. As you set up this shop, you see the eyes start to look around, and then very quickly, a number of the eye stalks turn and look at you. And one of them in particular, it looks a little bit different from the other stalks. This one, as it gets to the the grabby part, it looks blackened. And the edge of the eyelid looks ashen. And the eyeball itself looks like deep charcoal, except for a little spot right in the middle, which is just pure deep inky black. And as it looks out, you see this ash just like almost see like burned again. You see it start to rise up and dissipate into nothing. Absolute nothing. And as you see that line cut up towards you, you're like, I don't want that to happen to me. And manage to get out of the way as it blasts into the bricks behind you. You see a number of the chairs start to rust and just like start to fall in on one another. And the bricks behind you fall away, leaving a little more visibility outside of this structure. And you think if you would have stood in front of that, it would have
been bad.
it would have been real bad for you. Alex.
All right, I'm going to cast Aura of Purity. Purifying energy radiates from me in an aura within 30 feet until the spell ends. Every non-hostile creature within that becomes immune to disease, has resistance to poison damage, and has advantage on saving throws for being blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, or stunned.
Wow. Well, it's all a chance, so please do remind us all.
Yes.
When I get bingo.
All right, so anyone within 30 feet of me has advantage against all of those things. So that's my action.
Somebody else came to play Dungeons and Dragons. Look at this Dungeons and Dragons player. It's like he's played Dungeons and Dragons before.
I don't know. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Blinding Smite. So next time I hit with a melee weapon, I'll have a chance to blind it.
Great. What does it look like as you charge that up?
I'm gonna just reach down to my sword, and it just kind of starts to glow a little bit.
Okay. Any particular color? Just looks like white hot metal.
No, it's just white hot metal, yeah, and it's much brighter than anything that you've seen really on this whole dang plane of existence.
Nice. Love that. Sweet. Zathmio.
So that scene with the floating hat, is that Caloria inside of the beholder?
Yeah, the top sort of like from just below the shoulder to just below the shoulder across them. It's really got a hole on them. But it's not going to be able to maintain that since there's a shield up.
So if I wanted to banish this creature, would I have a concern about throwing Caloria with it?
That sounds like a moral quandary more than anything else.
Because the spell specifies one, but if one is inside the other.
I roll me an Arcana check.
Counter spell?
It's something you see.
Come on, D&D Beyond. Wow, I am rolling a many fours tonight for a total of 10.
You can flip a coin. This guy might go by himself. You're not quite sure. You're like, I don't know, there's a shield. Is this still inside of it? Does it all go at once? Not quite sure. I don't know.
Well,
what do we do?
Well, I know how the spell works. So, yeah, I'm going to try and banish this creature.
Okay. Sweet.
You attempt to send one creature that you can see within range to another plane of existence. I'm going to say the Plane of Fire. It has to succeed on a Charisma saving throw or be banished.
Cool.
If the target is a native to the plane of existence you're on, you banish the target to a harmless demiplane, and it is incapacitated there, and it remains there until the spell ends, which is concentration for up to a minute.
Cool.
If it's a native of a different plane, it's banished, and if the spell ends after a minute has passed, it will
No longer come back.
not come back.
Cool.
Do I need to
So I
make
guess
that
I'll-
save too?
So I guess I'll see if Caloria goes with it as to whether or not I choose whether or not it comes back. If it has
that's a
interaction.
very interesting way of doing something. No. To Jen's question, no, you do not have to make that save. I'm wagering that a 23 charisma check is sufficient to avoid this fate.
Yes, because I'm slowed and cannot silvery barbs it save.
Well, there you go.
Drat.
Sweet. Can I get a strength check from Caloria, please?
Drat.
That might save me. I suck at strength, but I got a 17 plus the 1 that I get. I got an 18. That might save.
Okay.
Will save me.
You see these teeth scratch up along this shield, leaving faint marks in it, which slowly sizzle away. And then all of you hear this slurping, popping sound as this thing turns around, and all of the eyes essentially say at the same time, "Who the fuck did that?" And look over to Zaphnia. And what are they gonna do? Let's find out together, everybody. Oh, sweet. Strength saving throw, please. Or Zaphnia?
This will end in tears.
I don't know. I'll find out. Could be good. Could be great. Could be fine.
I have a -1 to the check,
You're
so
fine. You're fine. I believe that you are still in someone's aura.
Yeah, how far away are you from?
You guys are all pretty close to one another inside this warehouse room,
Except
so you get a-
Tsubaki.
except for Tsubaki.
Yeah. So you get a +5 to any of these saving throws, and then you'll maybe get advantage depending on what it's trying to do. So
would you believe me if I told you I rolled a 4, got a -1, and then a +5 for 8?
I
What's the
would.
advantage?
another
Because
4.
It is a strength saving throw.
it's not against one of those conditions as far as we know.
Yeah, we don't know what the but it's against something that would blind you, charm you, deafen you, frighten you, paralyze you, poison you, or stun you. So
Nope. You are
Okay.
looking at being restrained.
Damn.
And
you get it.
and you are.
Slowed and
Congratulations.
restrained then. Going nowhere fast.
getting
Yeah.
fucked up.
It's
All right.
very
So I'm
exciting.
standing here. You're restrained. You're slow. My other
I'm about
friend's
to
getting
put
eaten.
freedom of movement on.
Yeah.
Caloria. As you see your compatriot seize up and get dragged up into the air a little bit. Their arms are pinned back. Their head is cocked at an unnatural angle to the side. It looks like they are being bent in very uncomfortable ways. What would you like
Am I
to do?
still am I still inside of its mouth?
No, there was a giant slurping noise as it
Okay.
out.
It spit me out. Okay.
No, it tried to take you with it,
Ah.
but it was more concerned with doing violence
Okay.
on the next individual.
I encourage
Yes.
violence.
Yeah, you are being violented against. So let's see. Am I behind it then? Because it seems to have turned away from me.
Only marginally, but it has eyes almost literally everywhere. It can see you. You're right there.
Okay. I want to take the risk because an 8th level inflict wound seems pretty cool. Oh,
Does sound pretty dope.
damage.
It sounds really
Yeah.
powerful.
I think Caloria is gonna be a little peeved that it got spat out so aggressively, and now like she's molding, she's getting irritated.
Okay.
So she's gonna cast that 8th level inflict wounds, and if I'm behind it, I can catch it off guard.
You
I can't-
cannot catch this thing off guard.
Okay.
You
No
it's
advantage?
literally no,
Okay.
not a
Kinda,
chance.
I'm gonna use my snake-like reflexes to attack it in the back with my inflict wounds.
It sees it coming because it
Okay.
has the eyes everywhere.
That makes sense. That is a. The fuck is that number? Oh, okay, that's an 8. No, it's not gonna hit. 19. Oh, a shield.
Yeah, as you go to try and get this thing, it doesn't really look like the same kind of shield. As you're like trying to like conjure this, it looks like it just sort of washes over this thing. You see, it gives it a little bit where the capillaries start to swell on the edge of the eye, and it starts to twitch and blink a little bit, like it just got something in its eye. And then it looks over at you. And can I get a dexterity saving throw, please?
Oh my god, again. I don't think I passed that one. I got a 16.
How's 40 points of damage sound?
Oh my damage just be. Oh, this is unfortunate.
40 points of damage.
Yeah, well.
And
well, I guess my spiritual weapon, I guess, can still attack.
that's not concentration, is it? I didn't think so. I just wanted to check. I just want to make sure.
Nah, it's not.
Okay.
Okay, so it's 2d8. I'll just do it through here. Okay, that is 6 plus 5. That is 15.
I've got to do a bunch of math. No, we're good on that. Sweet. It's about to get gnarly in here, kids. You ready for the gnarly? Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Can I get dexterity saving throws from everyone?
Don't forget about the +5 if you're within 10 feet.
Yeah.
Wait, if that's the case, then they should have gotten the +5 from before?
Maybe.
Was I within 10 feet of him?
5 feet, I thought.
No, 10 feet at the level
Oh,
that we're
10
at.
feet. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So everyone
believe.
but Tsubaki should
Oh,
benefit from that. So yes,
try-
5. So take 20
Yeah,
points instead of 40.
That's all I was thinking. Thank you.
I got a 24 saving throw.
That's a good saving throw.
I got a 24 as well.
Also a good saving throw.
All these auras are reminding me of
That's
Slab.
very useful.
Yeah, I miss Slab. I gotta bring him back.
What is this? A dexterity saving throw?
Yes,
Oh,
please.
great. Well, I got an 11, but is this going to cause any of those? things?
Restrained.
Then okay, so that won't. It's not. So I'm gonna burn
Grapple.
a lucky.
Excuse me.
I'm
Grapple.
gonna burn a luck point, and roll this again.
Yeah, Matt, you've rolled like 400 fours. You're like logged. Whatever you're doing, just roll on Google. Just go to google.com and just type in roll a d20.
I'm gonna stop rolling on Beyond.
Yeah, please, for the love of fuck. Pardon my French or English. Sorry, where were we? Alex?
Yeah, I burned a luck point. To roll that again. So that is 18 now.
18 is going to save as all of you start to look around and inky black tendrils begin to grow out of the ceiling and walls. Some of them much larger than others. And as you look over, Alex, you feel one of them reach out, grab your leg, and start pulling you down the wall. And manage to just like grab a hold of this door frame and unfurl your leg from it as it whips back. And did everybody do pretty good on that one? Yeah, see, you can't. Yeah, no, that's no. Should have identified that trend early on. The odds are quite literally astronomical. So let's see, what'd you get? What'd you get?
That was a deck save
Huh?
that I was rolling.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a 14 now, plus 5 for 19 due to our resident paladin.
Yeah, the same sort of effect here as you are grabbed and pulled and realize that these arms are everywhere. But you do manage to break free from it, realizing that these things are going to continue to just blindly reach out and try and touch somebody. And then it's this guy's turn. Hey. Hey there, Mr. Alex. This thing turns and squints its big eye at you. And as it does, you see it sort of look up, and you see this necrotized eyeball look down at him. And they sort of look at each other, then both of them slowly look over at you. Can I get a dexterity saving throw, please, sir?
Oh, no. Well, that is a 9. I'm going to do another luck point and roll
Okay.
that again. That is an 18 that time.
18 is good. As you look at these eyes and you're like, no, I need to get the heck out of here. And then the necrotized eye turns and looks at you, and immediately you're just like, and you just feel this like, just terrible, terrible sensation. It feels like there's something inside of you trying to every bit of you out into just like nothingness. And you're still going to take some damage, 26, so that's half. That's good. That's good. But it doesn't feel great. Gotta be honest with you, does not feel great. Let's see what the other race do. This one's gonna be for. Let's find out. This one's gonna be for Zephmu. He gonna give you the beans. Let's see what kind of beans you're getting today.
Oh, is that a spell, by the way? What I just got hit with?
No,
Okay.
It's not technically.
Okay.
He's not conjuring magic. He just happens to be a magical creature. Dexterity saving throw, please, for Zephmu again.
Got out.
It's not in charge. It's all the dice. I just do I do what I'm told. I'm just the DM doing what I'm told.
It's a 4 on the die.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
The curse of the 4s.
Wow.
I guess I just get 4s. That makes it a 6, and if in range of Paladin for 11.
An 11 is not going to save. As a green laser-like beam pours into you and starts to tear you apart all the way through. You are going to take 52 points of damage.
Okay.
You're
That's
fine, right?
a quarter of my life.
You're fine. Look at you. You're a big, tough guy. You're fine.
Pretty
Fine,
sturdy.
what do you want? What do you want? It does feel like someone tried to cut you in half with a bandsaw, though. Yeah.
Take a big piece out and throw it away.
And one more just for good measure. And we're doing things random. Boop, boop, boop. This one's for Caloria. Caloria, can I get... wow, this guy's really trying hard to kill people. Woofda doofda. Can I get a dexterity saving throw, please? From Caloria. Yeah, you play Caloria on the Mercenary Guild Special Ops.
Yes, I do. That is 21 thanks to the aura.
Oh, that is a good thing. That is a good thing, y'all.
Good thing. You're still gonna take 20 plus damage.
Yeah, 28 points of damage to be exact.
Jesus.
It doesn't. One more. Oh, one more thing. Who's grabbed? Is Zephmia? Is that you?
Yeah, I'm restrained.
Magnificent.
Not by the tentacles.
Excellent. Not by the tentacles, by this thing's telekinetic grasp. And is trying to twist your body in unnatural and uncomfortable positions. And then it hurls you across the room. And Tsubaki, how's a 24 versus your armor class?
24 will hit.
Great. Guess what you're getting hit with?
Okay. No dex save to evade.
No, it's a ranged attack.
Okay.
Do I count as an improvised weapon?
Yeah, to some degree. And bear with me just a moment. Let's see how much damage is done as you are plowed into your friend.
Can I use deflect missiles?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Okay.
This is
I'm
technically a
waiting for the
missile.
catch.
Yeah. What's your reduction?
Well, first of all, it depends on the damage. It
Okay.
says with deflect missiles, damage is reduced by 1d10 plus 14. So if it's under 24, I have a chance to bring it to 0.
Okay. That's significant. Go to work.
Did that? So roll the d10.
Roll all the things you need to roll. If it's just
Okay,
a D10,
so-
roll a D10.
Hang on. So that would be 6 plus 14, so 20.
You don't end up taking any damage as you just sort of like duck and cover. But unfortunately, Zaphmir, you're going to take 19 points of both, not each, together, of slashing and bludgeoning damage as you were thrown rolling through these sharp metal edges of stools and whatnot, and sent tumbling. And like we were gonna go absolutely directly into Tsubaki, and as they're just like Whoa, get out of the way. Keep from getting bent over backwards on this brick or this roof collapsing. And then you take a wham into the wall and then slide down. And this thing shakes you again and says, in your head, no more sleepy time. And then it's Tsubaki's turn. Tsubaki, you are sort of just managed to redirect that damage that would have been for both of you.
So to be clear, he is still being held by the creature.
Well, with its brain.
Yeah. Crap. But Komoria is still in melee with it, correct?
Yes.
And Alox is
also there
straight
in melee.
Up in melee. Ah, shit, a motherfucker.
Yep. Yeah, they're both up there.
Okay.
Well, we're trying to give it a good hug.
Apparently so.
Told you couldn't do that.
Give me just a moment. Okay. I know this is stupid, but I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
I am going now that Zafmia is by me and not close to the creature. I'm going to use command, and I'm going to tell it drop and it has to drop whatever it's holding, and then ends its turn. It's a Wisdom 19 saving throw.
Wisdom. How's a 21?
Just off by 2. Hang on a second. Give me just a moment. I want to make sure that. Hang on. Okay. I was looking to see if protection from good and evil had any kind of effect on it. It does not. So as my, I'm going to have the spiritual weapon take a slash at it.
Okay.
Let me go over to actions, or sorry, spells. Go down to second level spiritual weapon. 23 to hit.
23 is going to hit. Yeah, 23 is gonna hit.
That's 9 damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend another key point. Well, actually, it already has disadvantage on attacks over me because of protection of good and evil. So give me just a moment. Make sure that there's nothing else that I can do here. So I did my action. I have not done a bonus action. Nope. There's nothing else I can freaking do to help out at this moment.
There's something you can do. You can roll me a dexterity saving throw. No bonus from where you are.
17.
17 is good. You start to feel that this drowsy, drunken, slowed feeling, and you're like, no. Managed to shake that off just barely. And Alex, you are up. You are right front and center with this creature.
All right, I'm just pulling out that sword and I'm swinging at it.
Give him some love.
Oh, by the way, I did not actually prepare Blinding Smite. That's also concentration.
You don't have to pick and choose.
I did.
You can do those too. You can hot swap them, maybe.
I can have multiple concentrations going.
You can have multiple concentrations, but if you want to,
yeah, no, I'm gonna leave up my protection thing. So I did not prep that, by the way. So kind of wasted my bonus action last turn, but. Okay, that is 19 plus 11. 30.
Yeah, that is going to hit.
Okay. I'm gonna smite on this. I'm gonna do a second level, just divine smite, I guess. So sorry, I'm clicking around in here. So for my damage, 13. Then the divine smite.
Smite them divinely.
Wait, how many at second level? How many d8s
3, I
is that?
believe, is what.
3d8.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I already had that. So 11 plus 7, 18. So 18 so 13 plus 18, whatever that is. 21. Right?
13 plus 18?
31.
31.
31 damage.
Excellent. It doesn't like that. It doesn't like that.
All right. Well, I hope it doesn't, because I'm going to do it again.
Okay.
All right. That is a 20 to hit. 30, 20.
20 is going to hit.
All right. I'm just going to do the same thing.
This thing seems to have run out of shields, apparently.
Pop-up numbers. Oh, now it's what just happened. Sorry, I'm having the same problems.
Cool.
I'm just gonna roll this. All right, 8 plus 6, that's 14, and then I need to do 2 more d8s. Ugh. Plus 3, 17 more damage.
17 more. Okay.
And then I'm just gonna use my movement to Oh no, I couldn't have smited again, could I? I don't have another bonus action.
Didn't you prepare one already?
No, because I decided not to do that after all.
Okay.
On the last turn, so I could keep my aura up.
No extra smites.
So that was only 14 on the second attack then.
Okay.
I gave 3 extra damage that it shouldn't have.
No.
And I'm just gonna use my movement to run back out into the into where my friends are outside of the room.
If you move away from this guy, you will get an opportunity attack. He's a bitey boy.
I won't, because I have mobile. Feet, so
hot. You Pac-Man style. As you're like fade into nothing. Sweet. Pretty good. Pretty powerful. What did we get there? Oh, can I get a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, geez. Okay. Oh, actually, this should be fine. 23.
You hear sort of in your head, "Hey, don't leave me. No, don't. Hey, no, hey, your armor is so shiny. Why would you? No, don't run away. Come on, man. I just want a little." And you see 2 of the eyes sort of like give you the puppy dog look. But it doesn't stick. None of it sticks. It's all just.
I think about those eyes. I look at them, and then for a second, but then I look back at our cat friend's eyes, and they're much cuter, and I realize where I need to go. So I run back over.
That's
I run back and hide with them,
fantastic.
so they are in my auras.
Please take inspiration. That's good. I like that. Plus, also, it's good to help your friends. Speaking of friends, Zafmia.
See.
Did you do some saves on save-ins?
The end of this turn.
Into last
probably.
Did you roll them? I don't think we checked.
I rolled them prior to being thrown, and I don't think I've had a turn since.
Okay. All right. Cool. Then it's all yours.
Action will be to not look at my character sheet. It's just black. Okay.
Yep.
Let's refresh the page. D&D Beyond is having some kind of problem with me.
What I'd say is you can print it as a PDF, keep it, roll your dice at home or through Google, and just use it that way. D&D Beyond demands far more resources than it should. I think it's weird.
Yeah, and
I think they're
the
working on that,
rolling of
actually.
4s is something that means I have to completely close out of
shouldn't do that.
everything,
No.
reboot, and
No.
come back, and it should
Bad.
stop. But yeah, I'm not going to do that right in the middle of the game. I am, however, going to cast Dispel Magic on myself and get rid of Slow with a 3rd level slot.
Okay.
And then I'm going to throw a nice firebolt at this creature that is quickened.
Nice.
So now I can take 2 actions.
Making up for lost time.
Oh, yeah. Never mind, I'm not rolling on here because it always gives me a 4. It just proved it again.
Yeah, you can't. Something is corrupt.
Nat 20.
Nice. Wait, do you have smites?
This is
Oh, no,
a
it's a-
firebolt, so
Oh yeah.
can't smite.
Whatever
nice.
your double the regular dice damage max plus your bonuses.
That is 3d10 plus 14.
Okay, so 44.
Yep. 44 base, and then it's crit.
So 88.
Holy shit.
Well, I think it's plus another 30. So 74.
Is it just?
Oh,
the dice
sorry,
that
because you
doubles,
don't
not
add the
bonus?
modifier. My apologies.
74 points of damage is as the poet wrought. That's a lot of damage.
I do an air
and
high
fire.
five at you. I do an air high five towards you.
And I am a elemental adept fire, so I ignore resistance to fire.
That's nice.
If that's relevant.
He doesn't seem to be standing around with a box of matches. Although I will say this, he looks like you just lit him like a match. You can see some of these eyes are blackened and shriveled. The rest of you, I'm very clear, that was a terrifying conflagration. You saw all of the blackened arms all just go away. And this thing, you see bubbles and boils. It's boiling, like literally boiling. His eye goo is boiling. And you see one of his eyes just, and then just start to leak goo over its charred, blackened flesh. It looks like a stiff breeze would take this guy out. And next up is the stiff breeze. Yeah, you're the stiff breeze.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. So I think first let's see if my spiritual weapon takes it out.
Okay,
Yeah, it's still active. I just want to get the damage out of the way first.
sure.
Another 13 force damage.
What was the hit?
Oh, yeah, I missed an important part.
Yeah, jumping.
22.
Hey, you're not supposed to
22.
jump guns in the military, buddy. Don't jump the guns.
22.
22 is going to hit. How much is the damage from the
13.
What does it look? What does your spiritual weapon look like?
So my claw. So it's like its master is currently like almost killing over,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm bleeding some like dark green blood. So
Sure.
my little claw it looks at me, looks at the beholder, and it gets angry.
Oh.
Oh, so it
How
slashes.
angry does it get?
It gets so angry that it just all five little claws right into the pupil.
That is, as a different poet put it, hot.
Hot.
And speaking of which, can I get dexterity
my
saving throw from Caloria, please?
Okay, so I guess it's still alive.
No,
I feel like it's been doing that only to me.
Hey, not just hey. Oh no, it gets 3 a turn plus it gets 3 a turn plus it has turns on at the ends of everybody else's turn. Everyone's getting a slice of the pie.
Okay, that's fair. So 18 with the aura.
18 with the aura. Okay, very good.
Thankfully, I still have my action.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot of damage too, but it's going to be halved. You're going to take 18 points of damage as boiling hot goo erupts from the inside of this charred marshmallow exterior, searing your skin.
Does it burn away the molt?
I
end up coming out.
You might end up like softening that a little bit, and like a real good hot bath later, and it might all just peel off at once.
Perfect.
Just one piece. But it hurts like the devil. As this thing flumps to the ground, and you see one of the eye stalks break off, charred, and then roll around through this wet. As it does, you hear, "Somebody there? Help me!" And that is where I'll leave you tonight.
I got my ass kicked this time.
A little ass kicking is good for everybody now and again, both giving and receiving. So, thank you all for joining me this evening. I'm very excited to delve into these characters or others, because one of the nice things about playing in the Mercenary Guild, whether it is this game or the campaign, or if I bring back other properties of it, you can change out characters. You can dial in the characters that you are already playing, and you can build a pretty significant coterie of either player characters or allies. Feel free to think about those of you who've been here in the astral plane for a while, who your contacts might be. Feel free to offer them up as it makes sense for them. No, as it makes sense for them to be introduced. And now's not that time. This is the exposition part when I walk everybody out. I do look forward to seeing all of you again soon, but unfortunately, right now I must bid you adieu and au revoir, and remind you, as always, to be good, to take care of yourselves, and if you can't be good, don't get caught. Good night, everybody.
Thanks.
Later.
Adios. Bye.